What's up, everyone? This is Goldilocks, former TNA backstage interviewer, manager, and you're listening to TNA Cross the Line podcast. Thanks for being here.
TNA Wrestling, Cross the Line.
And we're back with episode 320 of the TNA Across the Line podcast. I am Bob Colling Jr. With me, as always, is Dallas Gridley. And Dallas, this week, the end of an era. I know. Who would have thought that when we first started this podcast that we would even reach this moment? But this episode is the final 1 hour edition of TNA Impact, because next week on October 4th, TNA Impact, this podcast on a weekly basis, is going to 2 hours. Well, about an hour and 26 minutes because we don't have ads. But no more hour long, no more crash TV. We're going to let things breathe, I'm sure. We get double the impact every week. So, Dallas, we don't really know anything going on this week other than Junior Fatu is here. And Judas Mesias. We'll go through all that. Are you pumped for not 1, but 2 hours of Impact starting next week?
2 hours of Impact, man? We have not been watching 2-hour shows in 3 years. On a weekly basis, right? 3 years.
Yeah, the last time would have been September of 2004.
Yeah, that's pretty wild. We trenched through the asylum. Straight 2-hour shows. We got a little break. It got a little bit easy. Things became fun. And now we're going back in the trenches with 2 hours again. Now, as you noted, a little bit less because we don't have the ads, but it's going to be interesting to see how they handle these television shows, not just the Wild Wild West on pay-per-view, with the extra time that they have. Now, we've noticed, I feel like it's getting a little bit better week to week, but within the last few months, things have been so jam-packed that they kind of needed this extra time. So hopefully it'll make it seem like we're not rushing to every single segment and not like enjoying some of these things that happen.
Do you think that TNA will be able to properly highlight their roster? I mean, that's the point of going to 2 hours, I think, is that they're thinking, hey, we can put the spotlight on people. And that's why you mentioned in the notes that they had said, hey, LAX, hey, Sabin, Shelley, just give us until the 2 hours, and then we'll be able to put you guys on more, have longer matches, whatever. Mm-hmm. Personally, right. I think that this 2 hours means overexposure for guys like Kurt Angle, Sting, Smojo, certain guy. I think instead of, hey, they're on 4 segments, they're going to be in 8. Instead of like, hey, we have this huge roster of people, we don't need to overexpose our top talent.
Yeah, I don't think you're necessarily wrong. I think one way that I see it being different is already the announcement that they made about Bound for Glory. We're having a Knockouts Gauntlet. We have 5 women we know and 5 we don't know. So we're already trying to expand on essentially a non-existent women's roster. I mean, we have a couple that are primarily used as managers and not really as just like female workers. So it should be, I think that will help that we're going to highlight that now. But really, I mean, it's a big issue that there are some stars who are like, I got to get out of here. And they're like, but guys, just wait just a little bit. If you just wait a little bit for us. And it's like, well, maybe you should have done something a little bit sooner. So I'm hoping that with the 2 hours, we're going to really kickstart the X Division again. Give it a jump. It needs it. And I think Jay Lethal winning back the title from Kurt Angle clean is going to be a good start to that.
Well, I mean, you would hope so, but he's also already lost on television to Christopher Daniels.
Yeah, I mean, that did happen, which was not great.
No.
Not ideal.
No, not ideal, but like you said, it kind of sets up, I would imagine, a title match for Bound for Glory that Daniels has beat Lethal. But I think, I mean, it's my whole point of it was if you're trying to elevate somebody, that is not what you do. You don't have him beat Kurt Angle and then a few days later on television he loses. He brings it right back down to the pack. And I don't think that Daniels winning necessarily elevates Daniels being like, oh, he's on the same level as Kurt Angle. I mean, it doesn't work like that.
No, I don't think so either. So I guess I don't know. We got a couple weeks for Bound for Glory. Maybe they got some master plan here. Maybe Lethal they'll trade wins as if the champion should really do that before a title defense or anything like that. But maybe he'll get a win over Daniels before and then set up for a rubber match at Bound for Glory or something like that. Who knows?
I would hate that.
Would it surprise you though? No.
No, it would not surprise me, but I would hate that. Let's say like on the first 2 hour Impact, if there's like Lethal and Daniels, and he beats Daniels, and then they go, oh, but the rubber match, I think that's 50-50 booking.
Who can win the third match?
Yeah, see, I wouldn't do that.
I'd be surprised if we did that only because I feel like with Bound for Glory, we are going to try to jam as many people on that show as possible because it's not in the Impact Zone.
Yeah.
So I feel like last week, or was it? Or no, I guess it was 2 weeks ago when that match happened. I was thinking this is easily the Bound for Glory match. This is the X Division match, and you might have said, I bet you they do like a 4 or a 6-way, and that's probably exactly what's going to happen. So I guess we'll see what happens with the X Division title.
Well, I was saying that if they were doing an Ultimate X for the title, but they're not. They're doing Ultimate X with LAX and Triple X. So I mean,
right.
So that wouldn't happen.
Yeah, so there's also that. We know a lot about Bound for Glory, which I'm sure we'll talk about more as we kind of move on throughout the show. But let's do a quick recap of what we saw, at least match-wise, from the September 20th, 2007 edition of Impact. Judas Mesias had his first match on TV, where he defeated Eric Young in 2 minutes and 10 seconds. And he what's the name of his finisher, Bob? Straight to hell. And then they say it on the commentary. He just sent him straight to hell or something like that.
Oh yeah, I think that sounds about right. Yeah. Which is it's like a flatliner, isn't it?
It's like a leaping. He jumps up and brings him down. And I remember Eric Young took the fall, and then I believe Shark Boy came in to try to save him, and then he also was taken straight to hell. So yeah. Then we saw Ron Killings with Pac-Man Jones in his corner defeat AJ Styles with Tomko in his corner in 5 minutes 29 seconds, and I believe that Pac-Man kind of got involved in this, arguably for the first time in his run here, when he got in the ring, sprayed Styles in the face with the spray paint, causing him to lose. Now, of course, Tomko and Styles are fighting Pac-Man and Ron Killings for the titles at Bound for Glory. We already know that's happening.
Well, I'm pretty sure at No Surrender, he had technically choked Sting, I think it was Sting, over the middle rope.
Yeah, okay, yes, that's right. That's right.
The camera conveniently did not focus on that.
For once, that might have been on purpose.
Right. I think that was not a production miscue. I think that was more of a whoopsie daisies. We don't want to get in trouble.
Right. And then in the main event of last week, Christian Cage defeated the in-ring debut of Junior Fatu. Yeah, that's right. Rikishi's here. And that match went 7 minutes and 12 seconds. And boy, oh boy, did I think he did not look very good in the ring.
Well, my biggest disappointment was that he wasn't wearing a thong.
Well, to be fair, that's what his character is known for and does, and then he doesn't even wedge it up his ass when he does the stink face.
Right, and he's in a company called TNA. Give us the A, Kishi.
I mean, that's a fair point. He could have written it on his butt cheeks and then revealed it or something.
If there's anybody's
I
butt
know.
cheeks that I want to see on the TNA roster, it's fucking Junior Fatiz.
That's right.
And he didn't do it.
No, he didn't. It was very disappointing. So in some ratings updates here, I actually don't know if we gave this number from the September 13th episode, so I just want to say it real quick before we move on into the September 20th one. So the 13th did a 1.12 rating, 1.5 million viewers, and it did a 0.79 in males 18 to 34, and a 0.77 in males 35 to 49. And then the September 20th one, I actually also have quarter-hour breakdowns, which is always fun. So it did a 1.08 rating, 1.5 million viewers. Show did a 0.76 in males 18 to 34, a 0.86 in males 35 to 49. I'll also note that the replay that aired 2 days later did a 0.5 rating. So if you want to round up, I guess total we did whatever. And so in the quarters, once again, the biggest audience was the first quarter, which Dave says is not good. The first quarter was the angle backstage with Kevin Nash, Mesias versus Eric Young. That did a 1.13. They lost 167,000 viewers for Styles vs. Killings, and that's with Pac-Man Jones everywhere. No matter how much they push Jones, whether he wrestles or not, he means nothing to their audience and doesn't draw a new audience. He says, I can't see an upside in redoing him when his contract is up. He notes that the Sting and Karen Angle in ring gained 14,000 viewers, and Christian vs. Junior Fatu gained 40,000 viewers.
Okay, so they never recovered from the 140.
Yeah, no, that didn't go very well. That was
I laughed at the even thought of renewing Pac-Man Jones when his contract comes up.
I know.
Give me a fucking break.
Isn't that insane?
The guy does nothing. He can't do anything. Why would we re-sign him?
He does nothing. He's not making anything more entertaining on TV. Nothing like that, you know?
Right.
So exactly, what would the point be?
There's no buzz. You're not getting
nothing.
any media coverage from him anymore. I mean,
right. Yeah, it's I don't know. We'll see. Okay, so one of my notes here that I got for you before the show, we were talking about Jay Lethal's win over Kurt Angle at No Surrender. Of course, we know that Angle defeated Abyss at No Surrender by making him submit. Now, apparently, it's noted here in the Observer that Kurt Angle actually changed the finishes to both of those matches between Abyss and Lethal. And that is because, I know it sounds like, what do you mean? Is he taking like too much creative control? What's going on? Well, they're both supposed to actually involve interference, and they did not.
Oh.
So, basically, it was noted that Christopher Daniels was supposed to get involved in the match with Lethal, and that Judas Mesias was going to be in the match to attack Abyss before the finish instead of after. So, that being said, Kurt Angle insisted on no interference and clean finishes. However, he was very unhappy that Lethal beat him and was put an hour later in a segment where Joe punked him out like he was a prelim guy. So this kind of goes back to what Dave was kind of complaining about. He does note Kurt Angle and Vince Russo are major booking allies right now, as you can imagine. It's all Kurt and Karen stuff now has Russo fingerprints on it. The thing to watch out for is how it all plays out. Is the kind of, I don't know if it's the end goal or not, but Kurt Angle versus Jeff Jarrett in the long run is Dixie Carter's go-to person, obviously being Jeff Jarrett. Kurt Angle in interviews makes no bones about the fact that he wants to co-run the company with Carter. Since the start, Jarrett has been the person directing the ship. The direction of the company more to the Russo style of late is because he's got Angle with him as his ally, and both are powerful forces with Dixie Carter, who is most likely, at some point, may have to make a power call. Then it's noted there is definitely talk regarding which side people are aligning with. Jarrett is part owner, of course. Kurt and Karen appear to be tight socially with Carter. Carter has also nearly had 5 years of people bad-mouthing Jarrett to her, but then again, many people in the company are even more discouraged by Russo than Jarrett.
Okay. So there's a lot My initial reaction to that was, oh my God, could you imagine? However, if you really think about it, Jarrett being like in control of the wrestling aspect, there's been a lot of head scratching decisions. Arguably a lot that we've been like, what the hell are we doing? And it isn't just like once every, 2 years or something. It was at a stretch there where it was like almost monthly. Like, what are we doing? The pro of Jarrett is like, what you're going to get. You're going to get that Memphis style of booking in some way. That's pretty much what you're going to do. He is more so going to probably stick to the stars in your main event. Like, I don't think there's going to be that risk taking per se. Right. But then you look at a guy like Kurt Angle who has zero experience booking, promoting, storytelling, any of that outside of probably his own stuff. I will give him credit for saying no to any interference. I'm assuming he said that because the interference would directly cause him to win, but he would be winning in a cheap manner, so it doesn't really do him any good.
Well, that's an interesting way to look at it, right? And you're probably right.
That's probably what it was. And I'm pretty sure he's gone on record that he didn't mind losing to Jay Lethal. Like, he thinks Lethal is very good. But like what I think maybe you had said, like he got punked out afterward. But it's like, it's fucking Samoa Joe. Like, it doesn't.
Yeah, I'm kind of sick of hearing that, to be honest. Like, we talked about it a lot after the show, and it's just after No Surrender, I should say. And it was just like, come on.
It's Joe. I would expect, if he goes out there, I would expect Joe to be like, get the hell out of my face.
Yeah, exactly. It's just kind of silly to sit on that, I feel like.
Yeah, and then like Judas Mesias coming out of the ring or whatever. That's perfectly fine for after the match. Like that.
Yeah, I think that was perfect.
That's fine.
Too.
Yeah, you don't need to ruin your main event with that nonsense. So.
Yep, I definitely agree. Okay, I got 2 more notes for you before we get into the show, and then I have a few we'll discuss as we're watching. This is a sad one for us, Bob. Actually, they're both kind of sad, I'm going to be honest with you. But this one in particular, and that is, of course, we've heard so many rumors for, God, it's got to have been over a year at this point. You can correct me if I'm wrong with that, but TNA has been wanting to get Chris Jericho to come into the company. We've been hearing this and hearing this and hearing this. And they really were hoping to get him as a surprise for the debut show for the first 2 hours. So that'd be next week.
Mm.
And believe it or not, they were in serious talks with him. But when they didn't get the deal done, their belief was that Jericho was going back to the WWE. And at this point in time, that seems confirmed. Not only by hints on Raw, but on September 25th when Jericho updated his MySpace account with a quote that said, "I'm coming back."
Okay.
So there you go.
There you go.
And so Meltzer goes on to say, to me, Jericho is the kind of person who would either be all the way in wrestling and wanting to be at the top level or not involved. Wanting to be at the top and to be one of the top guys in wrestling today, you have to be in WWE because TNA hasn't been able to keep Angle at the level he was. Still, the decision may have not been easy. Jericho turns 37 next month, as if he's about to croak. And with young children, the decision between a career with far more days away from home against one with less exposure but closer to home, because Jericho only lives a short drive from where Impact is being taped, and not as tough of a road schedule, isn't always easy, even if the money is significantly different. So, we can finally put it to rest, Bob. Chris Jericho's officially not coming to TNA.
Right. So, and he never does. But
No.
Do you think that if he had gone to Impact in 2007, it would have the same, no pun intended here, impact as he did going to AEW in 19, I guess it was? officially.
Okay, so are we saying like September 07, like right now, if he decided, okay, or October, if he says this debut show?
Yeah, like if you were to come out, would it be like, oh my god, like this is crazy? Do you think it moves the needle at all?
No. And I say that because, and listen, I love Chris Jericho. Big Chris Jericho fan. We already got Kurt Angle here, and Kurt Angle's kind of killing it.
Mhm.
I don't see Chris Jericho coming in and being a bigger star than Kurt Angle is.
Well, he's not.
Well, there you go.
In 2007, he's not.
Right. So to compare it to the when he switched and went to AEW when they announced everything, that was a game changer because at the time he literally was just in WWE for how long, and then he leaves and he's okay. I'm gonna go with the startup they literally haven't done a show yet. So that is a game changer.
Because of the credibility part.
Yeah, especially at that point in his career, I think it's a credibility thing. It's like, okay, if Chris Jericho, multi-time world champion, especially by then, he won it even more in between what did he leave in 2005 or 2006? I don't remember.
He left August 2005. The night after SummerSlam, I think, is when he gets
That's right.
officially gone.
Yeah. And then he's coming back here in roughly late 07. I can't remember exactly when he comes back, but
It's December, I think.
yeah. So he's gone for like 2 years, just over. And then from then until he goes to AEW, announces it in 2019 or early 2019. I mean, he was obviously gone from WWE a little bit, but it doesn't matter. He won a lot of different world titles, and I think his career got bigger during that time. And then he jumped ship. I mean, that's a pretty big deal.
I would have to think that in 2007, TNA could get Randy Orton, John Cena, and The Undertaker, and it would barely move the needle.
Yeah, I kind of feel like you're right about that, though.
I really do. I mean, we're doing like, what, 1.1s? If all three of them could jump ship at the same time. And they're not getting catapulted up until like, oh my god, doing 3.0s or anything. Like, I think it barely moves the needle. And it's all because of just properly advertising. I mean, like, nobody...
Exactly. I was just going to say it's because you can... I mean, they're on Spike, which is a bigger network than FS1 or whatever it was that we were on.
Fox Sports Net, yeah.
Fox Sports Net. And that's right, FSN. And it's of course it's bigger than just putting it on the internet, especially in the days where watching wrestling on the internet I don't really feel like is a thing, or not really much. That people just didn't know about TNA, like just no one knew about it. I mean, I've told the story before. I found out about TNA because my cousin called me, and I feel like he accidentally found it and was like, "Hey, Jeff Hardy's on this other wrestling show," and I was like, "What do you mean?" "Oh, turn it on. It's on whatever it was." And I was like, "Whoa, what the fuck?" It opened up a new world for me. But it was an accident, essentially.
Right.
So, I think that's where I think you're right about it. Is like they're not very good at advertising themselves. I don't know if they ever. I don't think they ever are.
No, they never are. I mean, there's been, countless times. I want to say maybe I've even like screenshotted it and sent it to you, where people on like Facebook groups or whatever, like something could be shared about Sting, and then they'll comment and be like, "This is where Sting went after WCW."
Yeah.
Like, oh, I didn't even realize like he did anything for a
That's
stretch
crazy.
of 15 years. It's like, yeah, he just wasn't at home. Like, he was doing other stuff.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
And
And like Kurt Angle even says, and that's why he wants like WWE to have the TNA library, because he's like, nobody's seen it. Nobody knows.
Right.
Nobody knows what I've done. And at the peak of my career, nobody has seen it.
It's wild. It's really, really crazy.
Great. Could you imagine? That's just crazy. You're out there doing so much shit. The best work you've done.
Mm-hmm.
And there's this whole world of wrestling fans that have no idea it even exists.
Well, and not only that, but they already like you from the other stuff you did. So imagine if they saw the even better stuff you did.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It blows my mind. I guarantee you, there's wrestling fans out there that were watching ECW 2006, right? And suddenly Kurt Angle's not there anymore, and they're just like, "Damn, I guess I'm never going to see Kurt Angle wrestle ever again."
Damn, this really sucks.
And then, maybe even to this day, or maybe like years down the line, they then finally like on with like TNA posting stuff on YouTube. Maybe they're going through on YouTube like, "What the fuck? 2009 or 2000? Kurt Angle wrestled who? He went where? He was fighting AJ Styles. What are you talking about? Like that shit happens. Like, there's no doubt in my mind that shit happens."
Mm-hmm. And they didn't know who AJ Styles was till he was in the Royal Rumble either. So there's also that.
Well, exactly.
Imagine that kind of stuff. You didn't see peak AJ Styles?
Right. Yep. I mean, that you're absolutely right. Yeah.
It's crazy.
I remember
it is. It's really interesting.
There's been people that I've worked with that, when AJ Styles came in to WWE, spoiler alert, and I would be like, "Yeah, dude, like I used to see AJ Styles in a rec gym, with like 300 fans," and they'd be like, "What?" And I'd be like, "Yeah, you're in Syracuse. I saw him, like Kenny Omega." And like, "Are you serious?" And I'd be like, "Yeah. I actually saw him the month before he went to the Royal Rumble." And they're like, "Where?" And I was 2CW.
Yeah.
Like, "What the hell's 2CW?" I'm like, "Brother, you have no fucking idea. You have no idea.
No idea.
You have no idea what's out there." They're just like, "What do you mean?
Crazy.
There's other wrestling federations?" I'm like, "Yeah."
Seth Rollins, really good.
Seth Rollins, he wrestled in Illinois in front of 250 people for AAW and had some crazy good matches.
And now he's phoning it in. No.
now he's just cashing in. Yeah, he doesn't have to do anything.
And I don't blame him.
I wouldn't blame him either if he pulled back. But yeah.
Okay, I have one more note for you, and it's kind of disappointing. Now, what I will say is that this is a slight spoiler because the episode we are about to watch today is the final episode of a 3-show taping before we start the next set of tapings. This does not really affect what I'm about to say, but this Observer was also written when that taping happened for the 2-hour show. This is not related to that show at all. It happens before the show. And it happens in, I believe, Mexico. And that is that Judas Mesias has a sciatic nerve trauma, and there's no time frame yet on when he can return to TNA or in AAA. So this isn't very good. And he is also the world champion in AAA, by the way, at this time. Now, it's being noted that in Mexico, they are saying 3 weeks before he can even start rehab. And now this hurts a lot of plans because he was figured that he was going to be working a long program with Abyss, and had already shot an angle with Sting, which we saw. He attacked Sting backstage at the end of one of these shows. I can't remember which one. I think it was last week.
I think it was last week, yeah.
He's being pushed as the son of Jim Mitchell. Mitchell had called him his son in promos before he came in, but Dave says he thought it was more of a prodigal son. But on commentary, they act as if he's like his real son. He says, what is interesting, Mitchell did not accompany him to ringside, which we noted when he came out to fight Eric Young, and nor cut any promos for him on TV. So it's really interesting. Now, just to elaborate a little bit further, Alvarez actually kind of mentions what the injury was. He says he took a stupid fall off a ladder in Mexico. He says, I can't even call it a dive. There was a ladder mid-ring. He climbed up there, wobbled around a bit, and then sort of fell off and landed on the floor. He says, I presume on somebody. He was knocked out and is now suffering from the nerve damage, as I noted. So he's now, of course, forced to take time off, which really screws up his plans in TNA because they were literally filming that 2-hour debut. So this was right before that was filmed. So we might not see him for a bit.
Well, that's one of the cons for taping stuff, obviously. And then also a con for, I guess, having your talent work elsewhere.
Yeah. Especially in apparently dangerous matches where they're just flopping off of ladders. At least that's what's being reported, of course. I mean, we haven't seen it, but yeah, pretty interesting. And I honestly, when I was doing the notes for this episode and I saw that, I was kind of shaking my head. I was like, "You son of a bitch," because I kind of am digging him, his look. I like the Abyss kind of feud. I think it's kind of cool. And then this happens, and it's like, okay. And it doesn't really help, as we noted. The crowd does not seem to like him very much.
Right.
This could be dead in the water. This could be it.
It could. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's wrestling. I mean, you could drop anything at any time, really.
That's what I mean. I think we'll finish the Abyss stuff.
I think you have to.
But I'm worried that's kind of about it.
Right. No, I think you're right. I think that he'll come back and they'll finish it off. But you know what? Hearing this and hearing that he'll be out for potentially a little while, I have a crazy idea, and I don't know what your reaction is to it, but you could always put somebody else in the gimmick of Judas Mesias. And you want to know who I would put in that spot?
Johnny the Bull Stamboli.
No. Well, that's good. That's a good. That's good. But no, not Johnny the Bull. It's a guy that has constantly tried to get back into TNA.
Hooven Dude?
Well, you're on the right track.
Oh, okay. Oh shit. Yeah, I'm on the right track with Hoovy. Well, not 6, right?
No, that's 6.
He's too small. That's too small. Oh, Apollo.
Yeah, baby.
Shit. The sad thing is I think Apollo would be more intimidating with a darker character than Judas Mesias is. And because, as you noted, when we saw him stand across the ring from Eric Young, I think Eric Young was bigger.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I was surprised by the height of how small Judas Mesias looked.
Yeah, and I actually don't know what his build height technically is. Let's see.
There's no way they can build him as 6 foot because he's not.
Well, he's being billed as 6'1", apparently.
That's a small 6'1" then.
And that's really interesting.
That's small. I mean, Apollo's like at least what 6'6".
Let's see. Apollo. Type in his name. 6'4".
6'4". He's my height. Okay.
What's Abyss's build height?
6'9".
6'8".
6'8".
So that's so interesting, dude.
Yeah.
That's really, really interesting. And now just for the lulz real quick. Eric Young, what's his build height?
5'11".
Okay. It is. It's 5'11" is his build height.
Yeah. See,
so there you go. Because when they're standing across from each other, 6'1" and 5'11" in the wrestling world, I mean, that's pretty damn close.
That's pretty close, yeah.
And that's assuming that they're both maybe slightly gimmicked.
Right.
Yeah, very interesting. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens. I'm curious. I don't know if he's going to be appearing on this show at all or anything. He might. That's why I warned that it was kind of a slight spoiler, just because technically he's injured after this is filmed. So we might still see him, but just a little fun tidbit. And that's it. And like I said, I got a couple things to talk about during the show. One of them is like kind of funny, and I think you'll get a good kick out of it. And the other ones are just kind of fun little things that I found in the Observer.
Okay. Well, let's get into it, folks. It's the September 27th, 2007 edition of TNA Impact, our final 1-hour program in the history of TNA Impact, at least on a regular basis. Maybe there's 1-hour episodes in the future at some point, but like specials or something. But this is the last one on a continuous basis. If you want to watch along with us, head over to the TNA Plus app, or if you have it in your own personal collection, that's going to do the trick as well. Our approximate runtime is 44 minutes and 15 seconds. I'm going to count down from 3. When I say play, that is when our live watch will be So here we go. 3, 2, 1, play.
Here we go. TNA. We are wrestling. We're seeing some highlights from a few weeks ago when Karen was slapping the shit out of Sting. And now this is when he announced he had the restraining order last week. The police arrested her. And Kurt was like, what? We never expected Cornette. Yes.
Bootylicious.
I'm kind of hoping that is the last time we see Junior Fatu. I'm going to be honest with you.
I don't think it is, my man.
Oh, come on, Bob. Are you kidding me? Son of a bitch. And here's the Judas Mesias attack on Sting. What a debut. Yeah, well. Oh, okay. Well, here he is. Kicking off Impact. With Mitchell in the back of the red light. For every drop of our blood, we'll extract a gallon of blood from you. It'll pour like buckets and spray like a sprinkler.
Yikes.
If you want more, we'll give you more. We're going to do it on our terms. Mitchell wearing his hair back in a ponytail. Usually he wears it down.
Yeah.
We'll be waiting, Sting, if you dare. Okay. So we might see a little bit more of angle progression there, except as now we know. It's not
I don't know if I have any interest in a Judas Mesias Sting match or feud.
I don't like that we're pivoting so fast. I know we bloodied and beat up Abyss, but do we have to pivot so fast?
I don't know if it's a pivot more so than it's just like an added layer to it. And I mean, Sting and Abyss are kind of like friends.
Yeah, you're right with that, I guess.
You know,
to me, and I say pivot, not like they changed their mind, but more, oh, we're gonna Abyss and Judas, or that's the feud, and then they're like, actually, it's Judas and Sting. Well, you're right though; they do have that connection.
Yeah. The only thing too, maybe I don't like about it is that Sting isn't going to lose to Judas Mesias. Mesias would lose to Sting. And why would you have him lose to anybody before he fought Abyss?
That's a great point. In fact, beating Abyss and stuff could make him look stronger for a feud with Sting.
Right, yeah. But if you have him lose to Sting, he looks weaker going, I think, against Abyss.
I agree. Here comes Team 3D. Remember, they're kind of grumpy guys now.
Yeah, they're kind of bastards. Oh my god, that guy with that white.
Oh, right there, I see him.
That was funny.
Their opponents, Shark Boy and Sonjay Dutt. I do like that they give Sonjay these gigantic things for his entrance. Okay, I really like that we're getting Sonjay on our screen right now, but my issue with this is that Shark Boy, and I'm using this word very loosely, has a already established team with Eric Young. So why is he teaming with Sonjay?
That's a good question.
Sonjay has technically an established team with Jay Lethal. I don't want to see Lethal and him lose to Team 3D in this squash match that we're probably about to see. But the Shark Boy already is a partner with Eric Young, so why is he just not with Eric Young?
That's a good question. I mean, maybe they don't want to have Eric Young lose.
Could be.
Like another.
See, but what I'll say about that is, one, Shark Boy could take the fall, and two, the crowd loves Eric Young, so that would only help Team 3D's heel heat.
Sure. Yeah.
I don't know. It's just something to know.
I'm sure Shark Boy is taking the pin in this match, no matter who he's teaming.
That's fair. Well, speaking of some of these guys in the ring, Shark Boy, Team 3D included, I didn't think I was going to mention this note so soon, as Shark Boy bites the butt of Devon, and Brother Ray's laughing his ass off at it. Now, I don't have a lot of information about this. Maybe as we talk, maybe you'll know or would even be able to help us out, Bob. But there was something that was advertised on the internet for a pay-per-view show listing in-demand DirecTV and TVN as carriers for a October 19th show from the Cow Palace in San Francisco. Now, what makes this ridiculous is that several names being advertised are under TNA contract, which would expressly prohibit them from being on such a pay-per-view show. Now, some of those people include Kevin Nash, believe it or not, teaming up with Scott Hall against Sid Vicious and a mystery partner, hinted at being Bill Goldberg, even though he is not going to do that, as he's said in recent interviews. Team 3D versus the Steiners, which both cannot appear in pay-per-view. Abyss versus Shark Boy, who cannot appear in pay-per-view. If Junior Fatu has signed, he was be on the show when he's fighting Black Pearl, who is his cousin. And also, Gail Kim versus Tracy Brooks, who also cannot appear on pay-per-view. Now, those are obviously just the TNA people, but there are plenty of other people on the show. I tried to look quickly. I could not find evidence of this.
I have not heard any of this. So this is October of 19 of 2007?
Yes.
Okay,
Sonjay just kissed the hand of Brother Ray.
Anything, I mean, Kevin, certainly not Kevin Nash. I mean, there's nothing outside of TNA for him.
So one of the matches that's being listed is that Vampiro fought Vic Grimes. I tried to look that match up specifically because I thought it was so random, and I didn't find it when I looked quickly. But there's matches like, some of these is just insane. Great Muta versus Ultimo Dragon. Greg Valentine and Steve Williams versus Coco Beware and Brutus Beefcake versus Kamala and One Man Gang versus Warlord and Barbarian.
Okay, what are we talking about? That's crazy. Hang on a minute.
Yeah.
Let's see if I can maybe find this. I found it.
You did.
I did.
I knew you could. I knew you would.
Do you want me to talk about it? I mean, it's like
Sure.
It's on October 19th.
Sure.
Okay.
It's at the Cow Palace in San Francisco?
It sure is.
Okay, let's hear it.
It's called the Russell Fan Fest Malice in the Palace.
Oh, wow.
You want to take a guess on the attendance for this show? Mind you, it's at the Cow Palace.
Which holds how many?
Probably at least 8,000. I mean, several thousand.
I'd say there's no more than 900 people at this.
Well, you'd be right. There's 300 approximately.
Holy shit! That's so much worse than I thought it was going to be.
So it does not say that it was like a pay-per-view though. There's no documentation of.
So I'm wondering if it was advertised improperly then.
Maybe. That should be disqualification by Shark Boy, but
yeah, Shark Boy just used the what is it called?
Tambourine
on the head of Brother Ray. Double team on Brother Ray here. Are they going to win with a double suplex? Let's see. No, they don't even go for the cover. Okay, continue.
So I'm not gonna go through every single match on here.
That's fine.
Maybe I probably could. Okay, well, I'll highlight. There's a lot of matches on this.
Look, they're doing the
Steiner,
what's up
to Brother Ray. The Steiner brothers and Team 3 did in fact wrestle each other.
Really?
Steiner brothers winning that match for the record. Gail Kim defeated cheerleader Melissa and Tracy Brooks in a 3-way. Shark Boy and Abyss teamed up to defeat Lance Hoyt and the French Stallion, who had James Mitchell in their corner. Well, 3D to Shark Boy. That should do it. 1, 2, 3. There you go. Junior Fatu teamed up with the Vampire Warrior and Black Pearl to defeat Gangsta X, Orlando Jordan, and Vic Grimes in a 6-man tag. The Dream Team, Beefcake and Valentine, defeated Coco Beware and Steve Williams. Ultimo Dragon defeated Billy Kidman.
Whoa.
And in your main event, it's a hardcore 3-way match. The Great Muta defeating Steve Corino and the Sandman.
What?
I would love to see this show. That's incredible.
That's wild. The Team 3D just went out of the ring and grabbed some chairs, and I think they just said, "Scott Steiner, this one's for you." They're about to crush the throat of Shark Boy.
Oh no!
Oh, he moved out of
Sonjay's
the way.
team. Sonjay pulled him
Thank
out.
God. Oh, good.
I did skip a match. Powers of Pain, Barbarian Warlord defeated Kamala in one-man gang as well.
Okay, Brother Ray almost threw that chair and hit the cameraman I saw, but he did not.
That's all right.
JB is with someone in the back. Let's see. Oh, he's by himself.
Oh, shoot. I meant to say this before we started the show, but thoughts and prayers to Letitia Klein, who was in a massive car accident. She
Really?
Yeah, she has broken ribs, broken jaw, and she's going under surgery soon.
Oh my God. That's crazy.
Yeah. I saw that on her Instagram.
We have a TNA mobile poll. I kind of missed what the whole point of it was, but it's about Sting and Kurt at Bound for Glory. But VCAM just ran in. They came to make a statement. They don't want questions. Me and Kip are sick and damn tired of taking a back seat to every Tom, Dick, and Harry who strolls into TNA wrestling. Just because you can do a backflip doesn't mean you're a professional wrestler. I've taken dumps bigger than most you boys. Now he's going to direct his anger from the boys to the fans, wrestling fans around the world. Screw you, he gives the middle finger that they blur out.
Is Kip trying to fight John Cena for the biggest vein in their arm or what?
Let me see it.
Well, once he gets a certain way, you can kind of see it.
Hey,
right
that
there, right
one.
there.
Oh,
Yeah,
my
right
goodness. John Cena's got that squiggly one, though.
He does.
He just called us fucking marks. And now Kip's talking. I'm glad to see you're finally pissed off because I've been pissed off for months. We are superstars and you are not. All the fun and games are over. No more pulling down the pants. But one thing's for damn sure. You can all kiss my ass. Okay, so they're mad, dude. They're shooting.
Riveting.
Wait. Barbed wire broken glass. 6 sides of steel. Oh, it's just okay. I thought they were announcing matches for the premiere.
No, I wouldn't be surprised if they were doing that.
100% more TNA. 2 full hours. Or if you're watching in your own collection or on TNA Plus, about an hour 26. Oh, JB was instructed to find Sting during the commercial break, and it does not look like he has found him. Oh, he's even been up in the rafters. He searched the entire Impact Zone. He has not found Sting. We'll get comments from him if we find him, though.
Here comes Christy Hemme with Lance Hoyt and Jimmy Rave.
Now, we
Jimmy
saw
Rave
this.
making his debut at No Surrender.
His re-debut.
His return.
I was going to say that it's their tag team debut, technically, because there was a tag team gauntlet.
Right.
So this is their first, I'm assuming, tag team match in ring together. Clearly a heel team.
Yeah, they're coming out to some like rock music. Jimmy though is still kind of doing like kind of dressed up as like the Ghana, the Prince of Ghana type of deal from Ring of Honor.
Oh, they're fighting the Motorcity Machine Guns. I was gonna say I kind of like Jimmy Rave's look here. He kind of looks he's super cocky.
He's a fantastic heel. I mean, if you like Jimmy Rave, I would watch certainly his 2005 Ring of Honor. His Ring of Honor run. He had a really good feud with
Yeah, I feel like I know you've mentioned a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need to see some of that. I have not seen I think any of his Ring of Honor work at all.
That's a shame.
I know, and I feel like I really need to. We talked about it when he made his early appearances in TNA too.
Him and Prince Nana. That's like the Embassy. It's good. That's some good stuff. Really good stuff.
Shelley throwing out dog tags in the crowd. I feel like I haven't seen him do that yet, so that must be his new thing. Now, last we knew, the machine guns were kind of in the doghouse. Like, they keep losing very quickly.
Yeah. 2 solid hours. I mean, if I were to take a shot for every time they say 2 hours, I would be passed out already. Yep, they just said it again.
For the first time ever. Team Pac-Man debut.
What?
On TV.
Oh. I was gonna say they technically already were together. I mean,
So they're trying to hype up Pac-Man Jones wrestling on the 2-hour premiere.
Yeah, I mean that's just.
Oh no, okay. Stupid. Title defense and then Bound for Glory. Okay.
That's just stupid.
Double team move by the Guns, going for cover on Jimmy Rave, but he kicks out.
Motor City.
What's Jimmy Rave's finisher move?
That's a good question. For a minute there he was doing the pedigree.
Oh. Whoa. They just mentioned. Yeah. They're saying he's in Dragon Gate. He's been off for a few years from TNA. Second stint here.
Wow.
I can't believe they just mentioned that.
I don't know if I would classify his first run as a stint. That makes it sound like he was regularly on TV. I mean, he wasn't.
I can't remember how. Well, actually, this
he
is
was in the Asylum, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I know you obviously mentioned some of his Ring of Honor stuff, but that was nice, shiny Wizard going for the cover on Shelley. Do you want to see if there's any notable matches that Jimmy Rave has had before? Essentially, I guess No Surrender.
Yeah, I can.
Nice double team by Lance Hoyt and Jimmy Rave. Wheelbarrow into Rave had his feet up in the air, slammed Alex Shelley down on him.
7. Okay, so he obviously was in Ring of Honor prior to coming here. I want to. Oh, okay. So he had a fight without honor with Nigel McGuinness on March 4th, 2007. Are we talking about just for this year?
Oh, I don't care. I'm just more curious what he's up to. We can do just this year.
Oh, okay. What he's been up to. All right. So he was in Ring of Honor.
I want to see that match already.
Some FIP. Looks like he had a series of matches with Roderick Strong in FIP.
Oh, really? That's kind of cool.
Yeah. He had a couple matches for Pro Wrestling Guerrilla.
Shelley taking control of both of these guys after Hoyt knocked Sabin off the apron. He slammed the face down perfectly into Hoyt.
It looks like his last major feud in Ring of Honor was with Nigel McGuinness. His 2006. Wait a minute. Am I looking at the wrong thing?
Springboard clothesline by Sabin, taking out Jimmy Rave after he got Hoyt out of the ring. That was a kick out of 2, though.
Yeah, okay. So I'm thinking of 2000. His 2005 is really incredible. Just from a few. He had a feud with Punk, Styles.
Is that all Embassy stuff?
Yes.
Okay.
There was essentially a War Games match. They call it a Steel Cage Warfare, where it was Generation Next against the Embassy, which was pretty good.
Kick out at 2 again, but Shelley's up on the top, goes for a frog splash on Rave. Goes for cover again, Sabin. Oh, but Hoyt breaks it up.
Yeah, but it looks like
shit, what a flapjack.
For the most part, he had taken a couple of months off.
Okay.
From his last appearance in Ring of Honor. Now, I believe, and I'm not speaking out of line here, I believe he left Ring of Honor at this time due to substance issues.
Oh, okay.
So, of course, TNA.
Oh, there's the pedigree.
Snatch him.
Implant DDT. Double team submission. Ray
He's
has
fish
both,
hooking Sabin.
and he's got Shelly in a what would you call that? It's like a double armbar, kind of.
Like a Rings of Saturn.
Yeah. When did we see Rave last in TNA? Was it like 2003? Like, was it that long ago? For his first stint, if you will? Because Hemme's grabbing the foot of Alex Shelley.
That's a really good question.
Sabin.
Let me see
Hit Hoyt, double team. Double Insiguri.
Oh, shoot. Oh, wait.
Whoa! Big win for Chris Sabin. The Machine Guns have won a match.
All right, so TNA. Whoa. I mean, it looks like it was the last time we saw him in TNA would have been. Wow. Okay. It would have been on the August 13th, 2004 Impact.
Really?
And he lost to Mountie Brown.
Holy shit, dude. Team 3D is attacking the Machine Guns here after the match while they're celebrating. Well, it's funny you just mentioned Monty Brown. Because believe it or not, he's like officially been let go at this time from the WWE. And
Oh, wow.
And Alvarez, and I'm only bringing this up because we're big fans of him and stuff like that. After Brother Ray just pile drove Alex Shelley, but we're going to commercial. So I want to see what happens quick before. Okay, what is happening? Okay, Bound for Glory thing. He says it's a very strange situation. He disappeared well over 2 months ago, citing a family emergency. Nobody during that period seemed to have any real details. Then it came out that there was apparently a death in the family, and his personal responsibilities had stepped up in regards of taking care of another relative. And then he was fired. Says very strange reaction to his time off, particularly given WWE's supposed humanitarian efforts as of late. And he says, I figured with TNA going 2 hours in the easier schedule, there's at least a possibility that he'll show back up. And then, because he was such a commodity in WWE, certainly at the level of a Tyson Tomko at least, he'll probably get a much bigger push than when he was there the first time. Now,
Shark Boy has came out. He's got a neck brace on.
oh my god.
This is not good.
Yeah, we're about to do a powerbomb Alex Shelley onto Chris Sabin through a table. Put Shelley through Sabin through the table. Shark Boy with the neck brace is pretty funny. Yep, they're saying that's what they put Rick Steiner on the shelf with. Ripping off the neck brace off Shark Boy. I just wanted to finalize that Monty Brown thing with, unfortunately, he does not come back. We do not see him.
Yeah.
And they
I don't
just
think he comes back in any
crushed
wrestling capacity.
That's correct. I'm pretty sure, to my knowledge, he does not wrestle again. They just crushed the throat of Shark Boy with that chair, just like they did with Scott Steiner.
Poor Shark Boy.
I know. Oh, we're in the back with JB. Usually we conduct the interview with Sting right here in this area, but he's not even here, waiting for an interview.
Now, I have an interesting point to bring up. Now, I remember in WCW, Eric Bischoff has said this, that when he got a call back in 2000 to go back to WCW, that the higher ups were kind of like, hey, WCW's TV seems a little dark. It's like kind of negative, whatever. You look at here in TNA, you have this, Judas Mesias, Black Rain,
Yeah.
Father James Mitchell. I mean, there's a darker vibe. Sting.
Absolutely.
There's like quite a bit of dark characters.
But they just showed Playboy's Girl Next Door cover with Letitia Klein on it.
Yep. And I think we should do a special bonus episode of that.
What would we do for that?
Well, it's just like how didn't you do like opening the cards gimmick on YouTube? You could just go through the pages of that Playboy on YouTube.
Oh,
Like, look
wow.
at this and boobies and blah.
Wow. Yeah.
Or
Yeah,
you know what? Okay, well, YouTube would probably flag us for that. So we can just make a Patreon.
And if you guys send us $3,
yeah, we'll do a live review of every single Playboy that features a wrestler.
I just want to point out, just because we're talking about it, Monty Brown's final match ever was when he lost to CM Punk on ECW on Sci-Fi, June 19th, 2007, in a ECW World Heavyweight title semifinal match.
Is that crazy? Isn't June 19th like the debut of TNA?
Dude, that's
so
fucking
that like
wild.
A 5-year bookend. Although I don't think Monty Brown was on the first episode of that, but yeah, I might be wrong.
That's crazy.
Almost like a sign.
June 19th. That's wild. Okay, so we're having a women's match right now. I'm losing track of who's already come out, but Roxxi Laveaux is here with VKM ringside. Tracy with Robert Roode.
Jackie Moore.
With James Storm.
Roxy.
We're at 27 minutes and 3 seconds, by the way, if you're following along with us. And I guess as they're doing entrance here, I'll give you another note, and I think you're going to like this one, Bob. TNA is doing a talent search, believe it or not, and if you show up to the Impact Zone on October 29th at noon, you can get an in-ring tryout with Terry Taylor. But make sure that you bring your $250 fee. You can register for this at shoptna.com.
What a fucking crack. That's insane. I want to know if anybody got signed from that. Oh, here comes, what the hell? Christy Hemme. Okay.
Oh, with Lance Hoyt and Jimmy Rave, who were just out here. Oh,
Gail Kim.
Gail Kim is coming out next. Now, Christy's still mad about their loss before, you can tell. This is arguably the largest women's match we have seen in TNA so far.
Well, you're not counting like the lingerie one?
No, that wasn't a match.
It was competition.
Competition, that wasn't a match. Thursday, October 11th. It's their last stop. It's the last stop, dude.
Birmingham, Alabama. That's for a live event. That's not anything.
Yeah, which is funny. Gail Kim with Wildcat, Chris Harris. Wildcat looks like he's about to beat some ass, dude.
He's fired up, dude.
I like this outfit. The white t-shirt tucked in the khaki pants. He's going to beat some ass.
He is looking like a dad at a Little League game, and he's like, if you call my son out, I'm fucking killing you.
I like it.
I just got off my 9 to 5. I just got off my 9 to 5, and my son doesn't get a base hit.
Okay, Tracy and Jackie immediately attack Gal. The bell rings, and Christy and Roxxi Laveaux are just standing off to the sides, not doing anything. Now, when Christy made her debut here in TNA, as Gail takes out both Moore and Tracy, Bob did not think Christy Hemme wrestled any matches, I don't think.
I didn't say
very
that.
few. Very few.
Very few. I wouldn't have classified her as a wrestler. And then I looked it up on air, and I was like, oh, shit. She wrestled substantially more than I thought she did.
Right. And as we know, in hindsight, at least, Roxxi Laveaux is a pretty dang good wrestler. Now, she's not been presented as such here in TNA, but knowing from her independent work, she's pretty good.
And she was a regular for 2CW.
That's right. And I'm just going to say, spoiler alert, I think she gets pretty good in TNA too, if I remember correctly. So
she certainly has a substantial push, I guess.
Oh, Christy with a split off the top leg drop and misses it. That looked like it hurt.
I mean, clearly she's flexible, but that would have hurt me.
Okay. Oh, that still's gotta hurt, right?
It has to hurt.
You can be flexible as you want, but that looks like it hurts. Jackie with a huge German onto Tracy. I also want to point out, Roxxi Laveaux does not have her creepy face paint on. I noticed that. What? She doesn't look as goofy.
I don't think I noticed that.
Christy going back to the top, which seems risky after just missing that huge move. But holy shit! Did she just drop Jackie on her head, Gail? After she ran up and kicked Christy in the head?
Yeah, I think she was gonna do a run up kick and then tornado DDT on Jackie Moore, but I don't think it was executed.
It looked like it hurt.
Yeah,
but Jackie's going to the top where Christy is.
Oh no!
Gail's looking to stop her.
No, double suplex. Come on, we gotta do the Tower Doom. Here we go.
You knew it was coming.
Yeah.
And there it is.
Doom. And it pops the crowd every single time.
I was just about to say, it's arguably one of my least favorite spots because it's so predictable in multi-people matches.
Yeah, yeah.
But you're right. It literally does. It pops every crowd. It don't matter.
See, now my thing, what I don't understand about it is that the people who are performing the suplex part are, I guess, power bombed, but they're taking the same bump regardless. But suddenly they're knocked out from it.
But they're using force. I think it's funny when it's tag teams and then you're clearly power bombing your tag team partner, or you're making them get suplexed.
Right.
Oh my god.
Stacey Brooks just whacked her back in the apron.
Who just threw her out? Let's see. Yeah, Roxy almost just Rick Rooted Tracy on the ring apron.
Or Shawn Michaels on the casket there.
Yeah, yeah. Oh shit, Harris pushing Rude. Bumps into James Storm. Dude.
Oh no, his beer.
Oh no, Storm's beer spilled. These guys have big history, of course.
Yeah.
Oh, and now Hoyt and Rave are trying to break it up. Wait, I suddenly want to see...
dude.
Yo. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
Just have reunited.
They're all going to be in Fight for the Right. Mm-hmm.
I don't know what the fuck that means. What is Fight for the Right?
That's the reverse battle royal we heard about. And I believe the winner wins a number one contender for something. I can't remember which now. Heavyweight title?
That sucks. It's
Miss Jackie
that's when they start on the floor?
Yeah, the reverse battle royal.
Oh, God. That's so stupid.
Hurricane Run on Roxy by Gail. Gail's on fire here. Kip gets in the ring, gets slapped the shit out of him. Roxy turns Gail around, though.
Voodoo driver or whatever. Drop. Oh, man. That was right on her head.
Holy shit. Roxy gets the win.
Whoa.
Wow, dude.
Now that's the Dominator. I don't think I've ever seen Ron Simmons drop somebody on their head like that. He would have won more world titles if he did that.
Shit.
He freaking dropped Gail on her face.
Harris chases VKM out of the ring after coming to check on Gail. So much better without the goofy makeup, dude. Oh my god.
Yeah, I agree.
What a win. Wow, okay, we went to commercial, but we're about to be coming back.
Guess what, guys? Next week is 2 hours. You'll never believe it.
Yeah. Well, here's my last note for you, because we were seeing the ad again. Kurt Angle was at the IFL final show and told people that he was thinking about signing with the company. He told Alex Marvez that it was the best fit for him with his wrestling schedule and that it would take him a year of training to be ready. Well, that's an easy out since the chances are good that there won't even be an IFL in a year. Of course, this is talking about him getting back into mixed martial arts.
Oh my god. Kurt Angle could show up to a football game, NFL football game. He'd be like, I'm thinking about signing. with the Pittsburgh Steelers. It just makes sense. I think I'm gonna do it. I saw Pac-Man coming to wrestling. I think I can go to football.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about doing it. I played pickup football when I was a kid. I think I'm gonna get back into it. Why not?
I will say, if you want to read a longer write-up about the interview for that, it's in the October 1st, 2007 Observer newsletter. And I honestly, I'm not reading it because he talks too much about this MMA stuff, go back and forth, that it's kind of not really worth it. So that's the little piece you get.
Now, kind of keeping the topic here on Kurt Angle. If Kurt Angle is in any sort of physical health, what do you think the likelihood is that he would be in that Bischoff Hogan Amateur Wrestling Federation?
He'd be involved, but I don't know if
competing.
I don't know. I don't know if he would.
I think if he could, I think they would have done it. I think they absolutely would have done it.
No. I don't know. Although I guess, okay, maybe you know better. I don't know, you're a sports guy. Do you think that sort of wrestling could be better than this kind of in-ring wrestling for someone who's older? Could he do it better than he could get into a ring and go full speed? Because it's grappling, it's more strength-based, right?
Yeah, but he can't. He doesn't have any strength in his arms.
Well, then there you go. Then he's not going to do good at it.
I think he'd probably get beat pretty quick. I would have to think.
We're seeing a video of Christian Cage and his coalition attacking Samoa Joe and beating up his family.
Oh, I forgot about that.
This was before No Surrender.
And this is at No Surrender.
This one's at No Surrender. He chokes him with the shirt over the rope. Then, of course, Matt Morgan. Another ring.
Morgan. My favorite.
Be careful what you ask for. We never expected Junior Fatu. Never.
I never would have thought Junior Fatu would lose to a schoolboy. I mean, he didn't even go full force on the stink face. Like, what are we doing? Small Joe cleaning house. There must be a winner. Bound for Glory. Joe in cage. Matt Morgan, the special enforcer. Junior Fatu, not involved.
No one made an impactful and memorable debut as Judas Mesias.
I thought he was going to say Junior Fatu for a minute.
So did I, kind of.
It's like, what are you talking about?
Could you imagine?
This is bad timing that they're doing a heavy episode with Judas Mesias, and he's hurt.
Yeah, it is. It is quite heavy on him.
I mean, what else can you probably can't edit it because what could you
not
do?
This late? There's way too much of him in this.
Yeah.
This is making me wish I knew how heavy it was, and I would have saved that note for the end, and we would have been like, wow, this is a lot. And then at the end, I'd be like, guess what? He's injured. They're very clearly using a lot of the footage that was unused in his vignettes building up to his debut, which is kind of cool.
I don't know.
Showing Abyss being pulled under the ring before we even saw Judas. Then there's some attacking Sting. In the distance, there's a rumbling. Sound of the death wagon. He is death. And hell follows with him. I kind of like that line. And here he is just chilling outside the impact zone.
Dude, I was just going to say, you get that creepy ass thing, and then he's just in the parking lot.
And Mitchell has his hair down now. Well, oh, wait. Someone just attacked him. It's Sting.
He just hit him with a plastic trash can. That's got to hurt.
Oh,
Then
he just threw him.
It's cardboard.
No, it's a piece of wall.
Yeah.
That's through a door.
That's a door.
A pink door at that.
Yep.
And that's another piece of cardboard wall. I think we'll probably go through in a moment. Now that's literally a cardboard box.
That's a cardboard box. That's a
That's
plastic
a
chair.
lawn chair.
That's
I
a
don't know,
barrel.
when you're kind of throwing someone...
Yeah.
That one will hurt. When you're kind of whipping someone around, you can kind of hit him with anything. I mean, there's that one of my favorite scenes in WCW is, I think is it Sting selling the chips, or is he the one using the chips?
For what?
I think he sells like getting hit with a bag of chips.
I don't really remember what you're talking. I don't know what you're referencing. I literally just watched.
It's on
an
Thunder,
episode,
I think, or something.
I just watched an episode of Nitro where Sid powerbombed La Parka onto a bag of popcorn.
I like that too.
What was that? Fire extinguisher. Oh boy. Yep. Great. There you go. Now they're at ringside. Could they potentially use this as a way to write him off if he's hurt, even though they don't know he's hurt at this point?
It could, depending on how this goes. Fire extinguisher being used. We are in the ring.
I love how he just went for a blinded drop kick. What are you doing? Scorpion Deathlock. He's holding the ropes for leverage. That's cheating. Is this? Here comes Kurt Angle. James Mitchell was in the way, so he had to push him out of the way. And now he's got him. All right. Stomping away on Sting. Together. There's Karen.
Oh, Karen's there, but she can't get close because of the restraining order.
Right. Restraining order. Right.
There you go. 50 feet. Keep her away. Double team here on Sting. Here comes Rhino, who had a face-off with Judas.
Did.
The only thing that kind of sucks is you could pretend like, oh, maybe Rhino got him good here and injured him or something like that. We'll pretend, right? And you could say that on TV next week if you wanted. But then I'm like, this guy's supposed to be like this big monster and he just randomly got hurt by Rhino. Like, right. I think that gets tough with characters like his, where he's like supposed to be coming from hell. He's like this monster. Indestructible. And then it's like, oh, he got hurt. Well, here comes the Monster Abyss. Arms taped up. The bandaged arms is kind of freaking me out because he got his arms sliced with glass.
Yeah.
Irish whip. Pop up. Slams Judas down. Crowd is excited to see the Monster Abyss here, though. Clotheslines Judas out of the ring. You could say he just blew out his knee there if you wanted, but then, like, okay.
Right. I'm not sure if I like seeing Judas get beat up so much. I mean, I don't know.
He needs to be more dominant.
Yeah. Sting just beat him up for a few minutes, then Abyss gets involved. Then, right, I mean,
a man who's got no soul. And we're going for the Crash Anthem, American rock band here to close the show out. Okay. We did it. Our last 1 hour episode of Impact. How you feeling about it, Bob?
Well, I'll tell you right now, this song feels like mid-2000s. Like, Jesus Christ.
And all we know next week is that Team Pac-Man's in action. They just said it. That's all they said.
Right, and we have a 2-hour show. I feel like I was bored with a lot of that. And the vibe I'm getting is that they're really just more focused on a 2-hour show next week, the beginning of them. That this week was just kind of like, hey, take it or leave it, and see what we have next week. So I'm going to give this a thumbs down.
Oh, shit. I actually enjoyed the show.
What the?
I know. I like the tag team match actually a lot, and I think we were talking about Jimmy Rave a lot during it, but I think I actually was really enjoying seeing Hoyt and him work together as a team. I think they were, for a new team on our screen, I think they work together really well. Machine Guns are always great, and a big win for them. The women's match I thought was fun. Big win for Roxxi. I thought that was enjoyable, and it's making me look forward to seeing them with 5 new knockouts at Bound for Glory, which I'm assuming we're not going to even see until then. Even with 2 weeks ahead, I'd be pretty surprised. And I think the only thing, I don't even remember what the first match was. Oh, it was the Team 3D against Dutt Shark Boy. Yeah, I mean, that one didn't really do much for me. I don't disagree that last segment was a little messy. We kind of spent the whole show hyping up where's Sting, we want to fight Sting, and then Mesias is very cowardly, backing down, kind of gets beat up a little bit. So I think that's like a little bit weird. I agree with that. But I don't know. I kind of enjoyed the show. I'm giving it a thumbs up.
I just feel like there was no like major happening. There's nothing for me to get excited about next week. Yeah, it's a 2-hour show.
Excuse you, Team Pac-Man, they're in action next week.
I have pretty much no interest in that. Virtually zero. I mean, everything you're saying is okay. Like the tag match was good, and Roxy's finishing move and winning was cool too. But I don't know. There just wasn't anything like, oh, edge of my seat. Like I can't. This is great. This is really good TV. I don't know. It felt dull, I guess.
I see what you mean by it. It certainly wasn't the best episode of Impact we've seen.
No, like if this was an episode of Explosion, okay. This is your top tier. Every week is supposed to be like good.
Well, it's funny because for some reason, even at the end video package, I was like, wait, this isn't the go home show. And I was like, oh no, we got 2 more weeks before Bound for Glory. Now, if this was like the end of our cycle here, I'd be like, well, shit. But we're leading up to, we have 2 2-hour shows coming up.
Yeah. And then what's important too is the taping is that it's on 2 different days, right? So they'll do one day and another the other.
Yeah. So here, I got it up in front of me.
So this is important context, I think, is that we've had, I think, some examples where, and this is a perfect example right here. So like Samoa Joe, Christian Cage, all these guys weren't on the program, and there have been instances where some talent would be on the first of a taping and not on the second, or if there's if there's 3, they're likely not on 2 shows. But now going to 2 hours, and there being tapings on separate days, I don't think that's going to happen moving forward. I think Samoa Joe, Christian Cage, all these guys are going to be on every single show.
I think sometimes it might, it could just be like a little interview backstage or something like that to kind of help further their angles. So I'm not going to shit on it yet. I'm not
shitting on it. I'm saying that's a good thing.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to kind of overexpose yourself, which it could get to that. It could. But I think, I don't know. No. I'm curious to see how it gets played.
When I say overexposure, it's not that they're on every show. It would be that they're in 6 segments on one show, every show. That to me is overexposure.
Well, some people, Kurt Angle, already are.
Well, and that's what I'm saying. It's like that's how you get overexposure. I mean, that's on a 1-hour show. Right. There's been instances where he's been in every single segment or just about.
Right.
That's naturally overexposure. But no, I'm not saying that Samoa Joe being on every episode of Impact is overexposure. If he's on every single episode of Impact, but on every Impact he's in 6 or 7 segments, that's a problem.
Right.
But I don't anticipate that happening, at least not anytime soon. But yeah, that'll be interesting to see how the programming changes as we go to 2 hours. Different audiences, so the crowd won't be potentially burnt out. By saying the same guys over and over.
Yeah, I'm excited to see that, to be honest. So the first episode of that 2 hours is actually taped on September 24th, 2007, and the next one is the next day on September 25th. And there's even explosion matches taped on each of those days, even, which is kind of fun. And those are the last 2 shows, besides a single house show, which we will cover when that time comes, before Bound for Glory.
I don't think I realized that the that the 2-hour impacts were taped that far in advance.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting when you think that Bound for Glory is on October 14th. And October 11th is that house show, but September 25th is the last time that they wrestle on TV, or for a TV before that. Because not everyone that's on the pay-per-view is going to be at that house show either, you know?
But I'm saying, like, if you're on the internet and you're looking at spoilers, you know everything going into Bound for Glory by September 25th, because it would have been leaked.
Yeah. Well, the Observer that I closed it now, but I think it said October 1st. Everything's already done. I mean, I had to hide an entire write-up. It said, "Hey, the first taping was started." I said, "Okay, can't look at this," and I had to take it out because it's all reported already.
Wow.
And I have completely avoided that, and I'm looking forward to going into it very blind as we kind of get into these shows. And I guess, we can discuss it more when the time comes and as it actually develops, but we may have a slight formatting change as we cover those shows. We will see how it goes. I'm going to do a little test run on our next episode. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not going to be really that different, but
yeah, for the most part, not. We just don't want to be sitting here for 3.5 hours every day. All right. Well, that should wrap us up here, folks. Be sure to join us next week for the first ever. Well, not really the first ever, I guess, but it's the beginning of a weekly 2-hour edition of Impact. And boy, oh boy, the biggest draw in terms of what's been promoted is that Team Pac-Man, the tag team champions, will be defending the tag team titles.
Ugh, they should have done at least something bigger than that to hype us up.
There's nothing bigger than Adam Pac-Man Jones.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Let's be real.
Mm-hmm.
So be sure to join us October 4th for arguably, once again, a new era here in TNA. So until then, for Dallas Gridley, I am Bob Colling Jr., and this has been the TNA Cross the Line podcast.